Alright, I find it interesting to watch the troll channels try to virtue signal the downfall of First Amendment like videos, audit videos, and they're making various arguments about the downfall. And I mean, I gotta admit, I watched Lucid's Lair. She just put out a video 5 days ago, and she made a bit of a short, like preposition why this downfall is happening, and gave some years and some kind of some loose reasons. She says that the year happened after 2020, and it's just boring. It's boring to watch First Amendment auditors because it's all repetitive. So people lose interest. There's not many subscribers to this form of entertainment. It's not really activism. People have made various attempts at the activism, but well, she's saying it's all for the money. and you know, I think her viewpoint is very narrow when it comes to this downfall, and it is a downfall for some people. It's not that way for everybody. Maybe there's stagnation, there's downfall. Yeah, there's people. Most of the First Amendment auditor channel style stuff doesn't get 1 million subscribers and many views. It's something that anybody can do for entertainment. But asserting your rights, I mean, she says it's a repetitive action that's done over and over again. And once you've seen one video, you've seen them all. But it really helps other people with learning the process and being reminded of it, because you can kind of forget how to assert your own rights when a cop does give you a hard time on the streets. And to practice and practice and practice watching other videos here and there and do it in slightly different ways or very different ways, you learn. Learning can take a lot of repetition, and if you watch a lot of videos, then you'll be very practiced. I think that a lot of these First Amendment auditors have gotten better over the years. They've learned what arguments work, what arguments don't. They learn the types of responses you'll normally get, and learn to avoid saying certain things on camera, and improve upon what you are saying. Okay, it's really, it takes a lot of practice, because you're in the heat of the moment when you got aggressive people approaching you and making demands, whether they're cops or building managers or whatever. And people need that practice. It's not something that's it's a downfall. I think Lucis Lair was a former government employee who's a little angry about maybe losing her job or something, and that's maybe what it is. Maybe maybe she had a family member who lost their job. Maybe cop's wife and her husband cop lost his job or something, and she might be angry about it. So now she's taking her anti-activism measures and using other people's content to criticize them. So there's protesters and there's counter protesters. This type of First Amendment audit movement has gone to the extreme in some cases, but not always. It's going in all kinds of different directions, but I mean, the theme is there, even though the audience might not be large. I mean, you ignore it. Imagine taking all First Amendment audit videos off of the internet. What would happen? People start forgetting what to do. That communication loop just ends, and you'll start seeing a rise in police misbehavior. Okay, there needs to be a pushback. If there's no pushback, then the police push even further past the boundaries of your rights. So it's not something that's going to go away, but it is something that YouTube can control the content of, and this is where I become suspicious about intentions. There's politics involved, okay? There's the trolls are not unaffected. First Amendment auditors are not unaffected. The politics of the times, on a large scale and and with local government, small scale, federal government, large scale, small scale, worldly, even outside of the U.S. There's influence from other countries, maybe even aliens at times with the drones flying over New Jersey or something. But yeah, there's a politics and a shift in leadership priorities. And Lucid Layer said that about 2020 is when she thinks that there's been a downfall on First Amendment auditors, just as a general statement. And I say that, I looked at when Susan Wojcicki, who used to run YouTube, she departed about early 2023, and I kind of blame her leaving as maybe part of the problem on priorities at YouTube. I think that she likely was into the First Amendment auditor stuff. I think that she liked freedom. I think she was about that. She's dead now, unfortunate, but she left YouTube and then had her passed away. And new leadership came in and new priorities, and I think they've decided to go in a different direction for what they consider popular on YouTube, and I'm not sure what that is. It's not exactly always clear what's going to be popular. But there's a change in the YouTube leadership. Okay, where else do we go? Facebook, we got that. Other platforms, Truth Social, which I'm still looking into. I don't know too much about that one. But also, I've seen that there's just been a huge rise in the popularity of body cam videos and courtroom videos. I enjoy watching them. Okay, the way these people put them together, and who cares what their names are, like Midwest Safety or something. They're just popping up all over the place. All these guys are just regurgitating the police body cam videos and the courtroom antic videos. It's like, I find it interesting that A&E, the popular TV channel, I think it's A&E, they can't seem to get a strong foothold in the entertainment. They can't get a strong entertainment foothold in the niche of courtroom drama, or like cops, like the on the street police drama, because everybody can get access to the body cams. The cops don't exactly need somebody running around behind them with a camera. Now we get a lot of pretty much the same kind of entertainment with the police body cams, and just you make a public records request. If you hear of some interesting situation that happened, get a public records request and get that video, and then put it up on your YouTube channel and profit. And it might be that some police stations are posting their own body cams of situations that have occurred. I don't know. That's getting hundreds of thousands of views. The body cam stuff, the First Amendment auditing, not so much. And there's different factors involved, from leadership and the viewers, whatever they prefer. I think I tend to watch more police body cams than I do First Amendment audit stuff. So there's that. you know, because, yeah, I guess First Amendment auditing stuff is a little repetitive, but I need that repetition because, I mean, the cops still approach you in the same way. So people, trolls might argue that it's repetitive on the cameraman's parts, but the police are very repetitive as well. They want to see your ID. What are you doing here? And you're being detained. And well, we gotta ask you these questions and all this. The same stuff. A lot of it is very similar, but it's constantly always happening, and you want to be prepared for it. You want to be aware it's happening. So having all these videos, at least being allowed onto the platform of YouTube, helps keep the education continuing on, even for the new people. And the new people coming up, I mean, who are new to this type of activity, they're learning from people who have learned from past people, and they're learning advanced techniques, and it's very helpful. I look forward to when AI is gonna really get in there and make conversation with the cops. That will be great. I mean, people have tried all kinds of different techniques. Try something that's really gonna rattle the cops, because I mean, personally playing with AI, with either Google Gemini or ChatGPT, I can tell it to just be a prosecutor. I could tell it to be my defense attorney. I could just turn on ChatGPT, and apparently you can call 1-800-ChatGPT. So you could put the ChatGPT right on speakerphone. If you don't have access to the internet, you could get on your phone, call 1-800-ChatGPT, and then say, ChatGPT, you're my lawyer. I got these cops here. Help me out. And put them on speakerphone and go at it that way. Things are definitely changing, whether you make good videos or boring videos or not. I mean, you might want to think about other ways to make money anyway, because the way these technological visionaries are talking is they're making it sound like apps are going to be a thing of the past. YouTube is an app, okay? So there's a very good chance YouTube is going to be a thing of the past, okay? And somehow controlled by AI agents, and people get access to videos in different ways, not through apps. How is that going to work? Can you envision how that structure is going to change? But yeah, either way, I mean, with all this repetitive stuff, it's great. It's great for the AI learning process. It learns what the best techniques are, your best defense techniques. But it also learns what the best offense techniques are for the cops, for the prosecutors. The prosecutors can learn how to try to use different ways to trample your rights. Like, oh, this is for my safety. Things that work. Oh, that's a kid over there. Now you're in trouble. Whatever. You got a camera and there's a kid 100 yards away. Now you're in trouble. There's just these statements that they can make that just are repetitive on their own. But I mean, people. What do people have to say as a counter argument to that? It's to make you look bad, whether you have a good counter argument or not. It's just the smear campaign is there, and it can be hard to overcome depending on the type of audience that is receptive to what the messenger has to say. So I'm just making this, and I think that's all I have to say here.